I am Ling and I am 12 years old from Lakeside Primary School, Singapore. Did you know that there are 181 million children under 5 suffer from malnutrition? Even in developed countries like Singapore, some children lack proper nutrition. The reason that there is a lack of nutrition even in a country like Singapore is because there are poor diet choices. Many Singaporeans, especially children, consume high amounts of processed foods, sugary drinks, and fast food, leading to poor nutrition intake. My invention, GrowWell, is an app that helps parents track, improve, and understand their children's nutritional challenges. This helps parents take charge of their children's nutrition, ensuring that they have enough nutrition. I chose this issue because I noticed my friend eating mostly fast food and often feeling weak. That made me scared and worried about my own health and started paying more attention to what I eat. Nutritional problems are important to solve as they can stop our development mentally and physically. Parents can benefit from my invention as it makes nutrition simple and easier to understand. My invention has three main functions. Firstly, tracking. This function logs meals and checks if nutrition needs are met. For example, a 12-year-old like myself needs 1,600 to 2,200 calories per day. A 12-year-old needs about 34 grams of protein, a minimum of 130 grams of carbohydrates, and fat should make up 25 to 35% of daily calories. My water intake also has to be 7 to 10 cups per day. Having this feature personalized to different age groups and gender, I can track how much I need to consume each day and how much I lack in the different types of nutrition. Secondly, suggesting. This function recommends healthier food choices to users. We could recommend consumers to eat healthier food options such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat dairy instead of unhealthy food like snacks and sugary drinks. Lastly, educating. This function provides tips on balanced meals. The app can make widgets to encourage consumers to eat healthily. Every day, the widgets would change to give a new encouragement to eat healthily. While experiencing my invention journey, I was stuck on whether I should target children or parents. I chose to target parents as they have a bigger say in their child's nutritional intake. Through this journey, I have learned to be more grateful for my health as others may not have a healthy lifestyle like me. I hope my app will inspire others to have a healthy body and take care of themselves. My future plans are to further develop this app by transferring everything I have designed into an app developer so that I can make a digital prototype. Afterwards, I can have user testing to ensure that people can use my app. I can ask family and friends to try it first and get their feedback on it. Let's work together to fight malnutrition, one meal at a time. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
All right, thank you so much, Ling. I'm very happy that you're bringing attention to the nutrition of people because a lot of times these days, when people say, "Oh, the problem is world hunger," or "the problem is that there's no food at all," when in reality, in a lot of cases, in different places, the problem is not necessarily the lack of food, but the fact that the only food that's there are probably like junk food or unhealthy, fast processed food, and so on and so forth. Because you'd be surprised by the amount of times you could find like a Doritos bag in the most random, out of place provinces, but you wouldn't find like a good store that would sell vegetables or proper actual food. You know what I mean? Because it's easier to just transport junk food into into any store or every store. But it's not as easy to be transporting produce since obviously it would rot. It needs good conditions to stay ripe and so on and so forth. So, Simon, do you have any questions first? I'm going to start with you because I know you always have something good to say.
Yeah, no, I love this because there's an educational aspect to it, which I think is so important, not just for young people, but for parents. I'm a parent myself. My 16-year-old daughter is just about to sit her exams, and one of the exams she's sitting is on food technology. And it's amazing how much she's learnt about nutrition in doing this, but not just her, because I've been sitting with her, listening, and she's been bouncing ideas off me, how much I've been learning as a parent. Um, and and I think this is something that's really important from an educational point of view, not just for the kids, but also for the parents to understand. We understand nutrition's important. We don't have enough information to make nutritional decisions. We've all heard that junk food's bad for you, but we don't hear of alternatives other than, oh, you should eat vegetables. And so something that's easily accessible to parents that they can understand, but also educates them on, and you could expand this out to how to put together local produce or menus, or what to avoid, and how to balance particular nutritional diets. I think it's such an interesting subject for parents. We all care about our children, so playing towards how parents can help children, I think is particularly powerful. So as a customer segment, that's a really strong customer segment. They're also a customer segment that purchases things more than the children do. So it also hits that side of things. And as I said, as a parent, it's something I'd be interested in looking at for some sort of app, something educational that I can understand how to provide better nutrition to my child. So yeah, really good idea, Ling.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me, Ling, in any of that? I mean, just
Well,
me as a parent, as such.
yeah, because like in Singapore, my parents said that the education at the olden time was like not really like now, because now there's like a lot of neighborhood schools and it's really easy to like get into a school because it's like government based.
Yes.
So because like last time you need to have like enough money to go to school, but now it's like the government is paying for our school.
Yes.
So like, well, because other countries, they might be more fortunate and they might have more education on food. So could it have my app, could it only be in Singapore? Because some other countries might have more education than Singapore.
Okay. I think the simple answer to it is, I think your app would fit in almost any country, because even in the world's most advanced countries, there's nutritional problems. If you take the United States, for instance, there's a lot of obesity, a lot of nutritional problems. It's not a problem of lack of food, it's consumption of too much sugary foods, and foods that lead to things like type 2 diabetes. So and part of that is through lack of education. The schools should also be a target market for you. So the schools more and more are wanting to teach things along the lines of food nutrition. So as well as parents, you also have a target market for schools. But it is definitely something that is a global problem. Nutrition, wherever you sit, there's nutritional problems here. The beauty for something like this for you, Ling, in terms of localizing what you're doing, is we now have AI. We now have AI that can go into all these local data sources. So you it would have been more problematic. It would have been a harder problem to solve in local places before AI than you have now, because now you can tap into to local data and offer local solutions. So, but it's not something that's just a Singapore problem or just it's somewhere all around the world and yeah, and for different reasons around the world. And anything else, Ling? Yeah.
I also feel like it was a great idea to make the parents a target audience because if there's also one thing that's consistent throughout all times and all countries, is that parents are always going to want the best for their kids, and that would include forcing them to eat vegetables. So, so yeah, she is right when she said parent will have much more of a say because I don't think the kids would have a say if the parents are making the kid eat the vegetables.